Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Welcome to the 2021 United Way of Greater Stark County Annual Meeting and Celebration. I am Judge Michael Howard, retired from Stark County Family Court, and I am currently the chair of United Way's Board of Directors. Thank you for joining us today for this chance to honor some of the amazing volunteers in our community. They are working to change people's lives for the better every day. I would also like to thank our event sponsor, KeyBank, for their generous contributions to today's events. I love working with United Way because it enriches many lives through a collaborative effort by a dedicated staff of employees, a rich network of agencies and community partners, and a caring community of donors, volunteers, and board members. United Way makes a personal impact in our community every day, and all of you have helped and continue to help make that happen. At this time, I would like to recognize the volunteer members of the 2021 Board of Directors for their passion, dedication, and hard work throughout the year. Normally, we would ask you all to stand and be recognized, but as you know, these are not normal times. So here's the list of our board members. We offer our sincerest gratitude for your leadership and dedication to this organization. Thank you all. I would also like to recognize the staff of United Way of Greater Stark County. They work tirelessly every day to make this community a place where individuals and families can thrive and children can have a bright future. Please join me in thanking this outstanding team. Further, I would like to express my appreciation to United Way's Finance Committee volunteers for all their time and effort this past year. If you would like to review a full financial and audit report, those are available on United Way of Greater Stark County's website, uwstark.org. I've introduced and thanked the board and the staff, but I would be remiss if I did not comment further on the amazing work that they have done since the beginning of this pandemic. I was elected board chair 1 year ago, and I have not chaired one regular meeting in person. For the safety of all concerned, the board and its committees have all met virtually. Campaign was conducted virtually. The impact councils reviewed partner programming and allocated support dollars virtually. And it was not business as usual. The pandemic gave rise to extraordinary needs in the community. United Way established our COVID relief fund. The community gave generously, and the staff pivoted from their regular jobs to COVID relief fund administrators. And they did a great job helping hundreds of our neighbors. I'm very proud to be a United Way of Greater Stark County volunteer and very proud to be associated with such a dedicated group of staff and volunteers. Two of those volunteers have reached the end of their service, and we want to recognize them now. I would like to thank outgoing board members Mark Wright and Joe Leolios for their volunteer service. Most recently, Mark and his wife Tanya chaired the 2019-2020 United Way annual campaign. Mark, we are so grateful for the time you have spent with us. I commend you for your dedication, time, expertise, and generosity. No award or gift can adequately acknowledge your contribution to this organization. So thank you, Mark and Joe, for your leadership and steadfast support. We were very fortunate to have had the experience of such talented community leaders on our board. At this time, I would like to introduce Denise Seacrest, who will present nominees for membership on the board of directors. Denise is the chair of United Way's nominating committee.
Thank you, Michael. It is my pleasure to present the following candidates for a second 3-year term on the United Way Board of Directors. Ann Hunt, Life Care Family Health and Dental Center. Ryan Schmidt, Sky Catch Fire. Denise Seacrest, Kent State University at Stark. Fonda Williams, Canton City Government. I am pleased to nominate and so move that these members be appointed to their second 3-year term on the United Way Board of Directors.
There is a motion on the floor to appoint these members for a second 3-year term on the board of directors. May I have a second, please? Please enter your second into the meeting chat. We have a second. In a moment, I will call for a vote. Anyone in attendance who has made a contribution to the most recent campaign is a member and eligible to vote. We do need, under our bylaws, a minimum number of votes to pass this motion, so please vote. If you are in favor of the motion, enter aye into the chat. If anyone is opposed to the motion, please enter nay into the chat. You can continue entering your votes even as we move on until we call for a vote on the next motion. Thank you. I am pleased to congratulate Anne, Ryan, Denise, and Fonda. Thank you for your continued service to United Way.
It is my pleasure to present the following candidates for a 3-year term on the United Way Board of Directors. Dr. Thomas Boatsman, University of Mount Union. Liz Edmonds, Altman Health Foundation. Stephanie Meyer, Timken Steel Corporation. William V. Shearer, Ironworkers Local 550. Jeff Talbert, Canton City School District. Matthew Eccles, Timken Company. I am pleased to nominate and so move that these members be appointed to their first 3-year term on the United Way Board of Directors.
There is a motion on the floor to appoint these members for a 3-year term on the board of directors. May I have a second, please? Thank you. We have a second. All in favor, please enter aye into the chat. If anyone is opposed, please enter nay into the chat. Votes coming in. All right, thank you and welcome to United Way, Liz, Stephanie, William, Jeff, and Matt. Thank you for your willingness to serve.
It is my pleasure to present the following candidates for a 2-year term on the United Way Board of Directors. Dave Grabowski, Standard Plumbing and Heating Company. Laura Grabowski, Community Volunteer. I am pleased to nominate and so move that these members be appointed to their 2-year term on the United Way Board of Directors.
There is a motion on the floor to appoint these members for a 2-year term on the board of directors. May I have a second? We have a second. All in favor, please enter aye into the chat. If anyone is opposed, please enter nay into the chat. Thank you. Welcome to United Way, Dave and Laura, and thank you for your service. Thank you, Denise, for your leadership and the work of your nominating committee volunteers. And we congratulate you and thank you for your next 3-year term as well. Today, we also want to honor some remarkable individuals in our community who have reached out in unexpected ways to care for others. These individuals are really making an impact on moving our community forward, and we're honored to recognize their efforts today. Since 2010, the DeHoff Emerging Philanthropist of Stark County Award recognizes an exceptional young leader who is giving, advocating, and volunteering right here at home. This award was named for Linda and Bob DeHoff, who during their time as Alexis de Tocqueville Society chairs raised close to $18 million on behalf of United Way and our community. What an amazing achievement. The following criteria were established for the DeHoff Emerging Philanthropist honoree. The nominee must be 45 years old or younger, must be a resident of Stark County, must use their talent and time to positively impact Greater Stark County through direct service and volunteer work in the areas of health, education, and/or financial stability. Annually, the award winner selects a health and human service agency serving the residents of Greater Stark County to receive $5,000 from the DeHoff Foundation. Linda and Bob's son, Dan, will present this year's award.
Thank you, Judge Howard. Ryan is locally focused. while making a regional impact. It is my honor to recognize Ryan Miller of Delhi, Ohio, as a 2021 DeHoff Emerging Philanthropist Award winner. Ryan was nominated by Derek Gordon, Director of Special Projects for Stark Library. Here is why Derek nominated Ryan Miller.
I got to know Ryan shortly after he opened Delhi, Ohio, about 5 years ago now. I had a lot of friends who'd started to get to know him and talk about, the type of person he was, not only how great the food was, but the types of things he was doing in the community that were a little different than what you might expect from a restaurant owner. Ryan has always impressed me right off the bat with, I would say he's relentless in the best possible way. He has a vision for things and he sees it through. He's always looking for ways to help out with his time or with the products that they have at Delhi, Ohio to donate things. I think where Ryan differs from folks that we think of as a traditional philanthropist that just give their time and money, he really uses his business as a tool to help the surrounding areas of Delhi, Ohio, where he is, and beyond. That was where it really clicked to me, where he was different, is he talks about his business first and foremost where, how is it going to help this surrounding area? How many jobs can I create for the locals here? I think most business owners look at how can I make a dollar from the community? He's looking at how can my business help the community. I nominated Ryan for the DeHoff Emerging Philanthropist Award. Primarily, he deserves it, but also because, again, I think he goes a little bit under the radar for everything that he does in this community. I really appreciate people who lead by example. He definitely does that. And he also touches on a lot of things that are important to United Way, especially making an impact in our local economy and trying to hire as many people as he can at a solid living wage.
Well, what amazing contributions, Ryan, you're making in our community. Keep up the good work. Thank you and congratulations again. Ryan, would you like to say a few words?
Sure. Thank you all so much. Thank you to United Way and the DeHoffs, also Derek Gordon. Thank you so much. It's very special. My wife says I flatline. I don't emote very much, but it is very special and I appreciate it a lot. This year has been an interesting one for all restaurateurs. So it was a wonderful call, very humbling, something that I did not expect whatsoever, especially in a year where survival is something that every single restaurant is thinking about right now, and wishing we could give back more, but kind of turning that focus onto staying here, being rooted, being here for our community. So thank you so much. On a lighter note, it's very interesting that I won 20 under 40 last year, and this one is for 45 and under. So thank you for the reminder that I'm getting older. It's almost 40, so thank you so much.
Thank you, Dan, and congratulations, Ryan. Keep up the good work even as you age. Our next honorees are recipients of this year's Gold Key Service Awards. Since 1961, many community leaders have been recognized by United Way for the positive impact they've made on the greater Stark County community. These volunteers have demonstrated the highest degree of personal dedication and service to our community. More than 150 volunteers have received a United Way of Greater Stark County Gold Key Service Award. For a list of previous winners, please visit uwstark.org. This year, we have the honor of bestowing 2 Gold Key Service Awards. It is my honor to recognize this first special individual for his many contributions to this community. Our first United Way Gold Key Service Award recipient was nominated by Steve Milano, Superintendent of Canton Local School District. Here is a video about why Steve nominated Scott Hamilton of Polymer Packaging and the Scott and Edie Hamilton Foundation.
I first met Scott Hamilton in 2015 when I was hired as Superintendent of Canton Local School District. I believe Scott was Vice President of the board then, And since then, Scott, I know, is completing his 24th year as a board member in Canton Local. Scott is involved in the community more than I've ever seen a board member or any community member be. He is involved with just about everything dealing with youth in Canton Local and in the community. You know, we talk to our seniors about going out, becoming professionals, coming back and giving back to the community. Scott is a role model. Scott and Edie both have had a huge impact on the community. The Scott and Edie Hamilton Foundation was set up in 2008. They have been giving for many, many years. This year, Scott and Edie Hamilton Foundation took on the kindergarten book drive. For the past 30 years, the Canton South Men's Club have provided books to all elementary kids to take home, to read, and they disbanded 2 years ago. And this year, Scott and Edie took that on, and they bought books for all kindergartners at Walker Elementary, and they just stepped up and took it over. When I received the nomination form for the Gold Key Service Award from United Way, it was pretty much instant that Scott Hamilton was the person that I should nominate for this. And he is the definition of what the Gold Key Service Award is about. When we're talking about health, education, and finance, Scott is all of those in one when we talk about Scott Hamilton.
Thank you so much, Steve, for nominating Scott. To Scott's family, friends, and colleagues, thank you for supporting his work in our community. Scott, at this time, I invite you to say a few words.
Well, thank you. It's very humbling, very humbling. Although my wife can't be here with me this morning, I want to say that certainly accept this along with her. We started the Scott and Edie Hamilton Foundation back in 2008, and she's been a big part of us giving back. And, you know, no matter what I'm into out in the community, she's always there by my side. Secondly, I'd like to congratulate Ryan and Teresa. Ryan, although I don't know you, I certainly know your food. It is amazing, and it's one of Edie and I's favorite stops downtown. So thank you for all you do. Much appreciated. Teresa, what can you say about Teresa Purses? As a board member, Teresa served as our curriculum director and as our superintendent. I've worked alongside of her on many committees within the Canton South community. Such an incredible leader and volunteer. Her passion for helping others is as strong as anyone I know. So congratulations, both Ryan and Teresa. I'd like to say some thank yous here real quick. First off, thank you to United Way. Edie and I are incredibly honored and grateful. Thank you to Steve Milano, Superintendent of Canton Local School System. Thank you so much for nominating us, and thank you for all your kind words. You know, as I said, you know, Steve is our superintendent for Canton Local, and many of you probably don't realize, but he is going to be retiring this year after 39 years of service. What an outstanding job he has done for us, and we certainly wish him all the best. I want to thank the Stark Community Foundation. Okay, everyone there doing an outstanding job. You know, Mark Smolzek, Bridget Neisel, Amy Weisbrod especially. You guys make it so easy to give. I'd like to thank the administrators and the staff at Canton Local. Okay, all the hard work that everyone there does day in, day out. You guys do an amazing job. Support, caring, teaching our Canton Local kiddos, and it's very much appreciated. And last but not least, okay, I want to reach out. I want to thank all of our past and present community volunteers who run all of our youth organizations in Canton South. All right, everyone from Abby and Andy May that runs baseball, to Matt Trissel, Jason Richards that runs football, Scott Steinmetz, Jen Russell, Josh Taylor, Luke Conley runs our youth basketball, Robbie Dorshuk runs our youth tennis, Christy Sonyer, Jesse Hine runs our girls softball program, and Chris Cole, who runs our youth soccer program. Thanks so much for all you guys do and the countless hours that you guys put in. In closing, again, I just want to say thank you again for this award. Edie and I are just truly touched, and You have no idea how grateful and appreciative we are. So thanks again so much.
Well, thank you, Scott, and congratulations again. Keep up the good work. Now it is my honor to recognize this next Gold Key awardee for all her contributions. Teresa Purses of the Stark Education Partnership was nominated by Dennis Sonnier, President and CEO of the Canton Regional Chamber of Commerce. Here is Denny to tell us why he nominated Teresa.
I've known Teresa for a couple decades, going back to when she was superintendent of Canton local schools. You know, she's always been a lead educator in our community. She's extremely involved in the Chamber's educational committee and efforts. She's very involved in strengthening Stark efforts and workforce development. And of course, her role is a major role in the community as CEO of the Stark Educational Partnership. Probably one of the greatest things about Teresa is that she's just so kind. and that kindness just, you know, flows into all the activities that she's been involved in. She's someone who can organize, can motivate, and can really bring major changing results. Nominating Teresa for the United Way, the highest honor, the Gold Key Award, was something that was just, to me, very obvious. It's not something because of what she's done in the past year. It's something that she's done through her whole career, and that's supporting issues that are very close to United Way. It's not simply because she's an educator. It's not simply because she is someone who is involved in social issues in the community. It's because she is who she is, that she's deserving of this.
Thank you, Denny, for your nomination. And both on behalf of United Way and personally, I'd like to thank my dear friend Teresa for her dedication to the community. I have worked closely with her on many endeavors, and I have seen firsthand what an impact she has and is having on our community. Teresa, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, first of all, to Denny for the nomination. Denny and I share a deep commitment to the community and to all of the people in the community. And so, Denny, I so appreciate your kind words. I would say that this kind of award and honor goes to all of the people that I get to work with, because they make it happen. So first of all, I want to thank my staff, this Stark Education Partnership activators. They're the ones who give so many of the ideas wings so that they can fly. So Kim, Adele, Liza, Krista, and Jay, thank you so much for turning ideas into action. And all of that doesn't happen without an amazingly talented board that's very visionary. And I so appreciate my board that is so supportive and all the ways in which we're able to make things happen. But particularly this award has to be shared with all of our community partners, because they say yes. They say, yes, we can do that. Whether it's, we are a cradle to career organization. So whether it's our early education partners, our K-12 partners, business, the Chamber, Strengthening Stark, higher education partners, our funders who provide those opportunities for us. None of the things we do can happen without everybody working together. But this year in particular, I want to say thank you to Joe Chaddock and the ESC and SST9 for saying, yes, we can open schools. We know how to bring kids in safely, and we can make that happen. And I want to say thank you to United Way for saying, yes, we can be the glue that brings people together through COVID, because we had regular meetings to make sure that all the organizations got the support they needed. We're just so thankful for all the ways in which all of our partners have worked together to make sure that our community knows that we are united, because they model how to live united in all the ways that they do. I want to give a shout out and heartfelt congratulations to Ryan Miller. I, like Scott, love Ryan's food and his cookies, by the way. So I have a hard time not buying them by the dozen. So please make sure you stop by Ohio Deli for all the reasons that Derek mentioned about Ryan. They're true. I've had the opportunity to watch the way in which he lives and gives, and so we appreciate that. And again, to Scott Hamilton, a wonderful board member. I had fantastic board members when I was at Canton Local, and I so appreciate you and Edie and all the ways in which you make a difference in the Canton Local community. I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to my dear family who shows unconditional love and support always. And I'm thankful to God for blessing me to be in this community, to work with Denny in the chamber and Ray at SEDB and all of our education partners, because without that door opening, I wouldn't have had this privilege of working with all of you. And my final thank you goes to Maria and Judge and the United Way staff and volunteers. This year particularly, you've given hope and light to our community, and I'm so thankful to be a small part of your team. So thank you so much for this honor, and I'm so humbled, and I so appreciate all of you.
Thank you, Teresa, and congratulations again. In addition to the awards from United Way, these individuals will also be receiving a proclamation from the Ohio Treasurer of State's office. At this point, I want to turn it over to Maria, President and CEO of United Way of Greater Stark County, for some other special recognitions. Maria?
Thank you, Judge Howard. You know, volunteers have a very important role in our community, and I'm thrilled to honor a few of them today. But first, I want to do a big shout out and thank you to Ryan, Scott, and Teresa, and your nominators for all the time, effort, and inspiration you continue to give to our neighborhoods. I'd like to take some time this morning to recognize a few other volunteers who are also making an impact. First is this year's recipient of our Inspired Youth Award. We first introduced this award in 2019 to recognize the extraordinary contributions of young individuals who volunteer their time, their skills to better their community in the areas of health, education, and financial stability, and inspire others to join in their efforts, creating the multiplier effect. Volunteering can teach many things that are not learned in a classroom. We believe in the passion and the power of youth to affect positive change in their community while providing real-life experiences which foster leadership. Our Inspired Youth Award recipient this year is Gavin Clay of Louisville. Is that not the greatest picture? Gavin has dedicated himself to serving St. Baldrick's Foundation to help find a cure and more treatment for pediatric cancers. It all began with wanting to do something to help his friend who was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, a type of bone cancer. Gavin has inspired many others to get involved, his peers, police officers, firefighters, and teachers, the mayor of Louisville, and even people he didn't even know to join in his efforts. His creativity has led him to host a citywide talent show and a glow dance to raise money for the cause. He has also agreed to volunteer with his friends' parents as they begin a food truck business to help benefit pediatric cancer research through donations to St. Baldrick's. Finally, let's not forget that Gavin has shaved his head at least 3 years in a row in solidarity with his friend and all the other children going through cancer treatments. You'll be able to learn more about Gavin and his inspiring efforts along with several other volunteers during National Volunteer Week, April 18th through the 24th. Congratulations, Gavin. Second, I'd like to take a moment to thank all of you who have volunteered to help your neighbors during this past year. It was a challenging year, and once again, Stark County came through, it stepped up, stepped forward, and gave. Thank you for your support. Many of our initiatives looked very different at United Way, but all of you stepped up and helped us fulfill some very critical needs to many people in our community. Whether it was through VITA, our income tax program, Day of Action, Day of Caring, collecting and donating health items for Women United's initiative, or assembling literacy kits for Young Leaders Society, your generosity and caring enthusiasm has truly made a difference in the lives of our neighbors. I can't thank you enough. And lastly, there's one more individual I'd like to recognize today, and that is our immediate past board chair, Phil Francis. Phil actually finished his term as board chair last year, but we were not able to give him the recognition he deserves because of COVID restrictions. Phil served as our board chair from 2018 to 2020, and prior to that, he served as chair of the Finance Committee and treasurer and vice chair of the board. Phil has served on the board for a total of 12 years, and at every meeting and every event that took place, we always look forward to having Phil's guidance and leadership. But we also looked forward to seeing what kind of socks he'd be wearing. So Phil, we want to thank you for your leadership as our board chair, for your continued service to our board and to the community. And as a show of our gratitude, we've dropped off a gift to help you keep your footsteps light as you continue to be a true asset to this organization and those we serve. So Phil, we have a special box for you.
All right, Maria, I've got it right here. I've got a variety of very colorful socks, and I truly, oh, there's Kermit, and it's just fabulous, Maria. Thank you so much. In an era when ties have become a little less required decor, or it's a little less required, I always enjoyed wearing colorful socks instead. So thank you very much for thinking of me. Just a couple of words. First, congratulations to all the award winners this morning. Thanks for all you do in our community to make it a better place to work and live, and for our families. It was an honor for me to serve as board chair, and a privilege as well. Serving as board chair was really the culmination of a journey for me with United Way that started when I accompanied my mother to a United Way office in Central Stark County, as she served as a bookkeeper and as a volunteer. So United Way has always been and will continue to be close to my heart. I'm really grateful to the support of the board and the many volunteer-driven committees that do so much of the heavy lifting, and of course to the fantastic United Way staff, in particular Maria and Nick and Ange, for making me, keeping me on the straight and narrow as board chair. Special shout out to Nick. Known Nick a long time as chair of the Finance Committee and treasurer. He does a fantastic job behind the scenes and never really asks or seeks out any type of recognition. So special thanks to Nick. As Maria said, my board term ended in March 2020, and the judge had the privilege of stepping in right as the COVID-19 pandemic was taking off. March of 2020, I'm sure seems like an eternity ago for all of us. Since then, we as a community have been through so much. Many of us have lost loved ones, we've lost jobs, and we've been forced to shut down our lives. Through it all, United Way has been there, helping people survive the pandemic, touching lives in so many ways that really many times go unnoticed, but without which our community would be a much less better place to live and work. So well done, United Way. Well done. Keep up the good work. Thanks to everyone with us today for all that you do for the United Way of Greater Stark County. Stay safe, stay healthy, and continue to live united. Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. And from your United Way family and team, we are so grateful for your leadership, your patience, your sense of humor, your willingness to take a phone call any time of the day. You truly, truly were a wonderful leader and remain one. So thank you very much for your service. Judge, I'll hand it back to you.
Thank you, Maria, and thanks to you as well, Phil. It's been an honor to serve with you, and I look forward to your continued counsel and involvement. By the way, one of the advantages of being a virtual chair is that I didn't have to wear the cheesehead hat. So as you've seen, we have amazing people doing fabulous things right here in our community, and it's been an honor to recognize just a few of them today. To everyone in attendance today, we appreciate your continued support of the work we do and of the work our award recipients are doing. Your time, energy, and resources make Stark County a more wonderful place for thousands of residents, and we're fortunate to have such an amazing community of neighbors. Again, I would like to thank KeyBank for their generous sponsorship of this event. Thank you all for attending this morning. We hope you will join us again next week, March 25th at the same time, 7:30 in the morning, for our virtual celebration of the 2020 campaign completion and awards. You can register for that meeting on the events page at uwstark.org. This time, I will call for a motion to adjourn. Please enter the motion in the chat. And a second. All in favor of the motion, enter aye into the chat. Opposed, nay. All right, we have enough votes to adjourn. Thank you all very much, and we will see you again next week. Thanks for attending.